Ladies and gentlemen, it is the liars season. Of course, by that I mean the UN General Assembly is opening today. And why are evil dictators allowed on American soil? Let's talk about everything. First off, Ibrahim Raisi, the president of Iran, has landed in New York City for the General Assembly. Now, folks, let's be real. This is the same guy whose regime is responsible for crimes against humanity in Iran. And guess what? He's being protected by the US Secret Service, funded by, yes, you guessed it, American taxpayers. How is that acceptable? The West talks about human rights, democracy, and freedom, yet here we are, rolling out the red carpet for a leader who stands against all of these values. This is not just a slap in the face to the Iranian people who are suffering under this dictatorship, but also to everyone who values human dignity and freedom. Only a few days ago, the Iranian people marked 1 year to the murder of Mahsa Amini, a young Iranian woman who was beaten to death by the Islamic regime for simply protesting for freedom. Raisi took away her freedom of expression forever. And here at the UN, he is given freedom of expression anytime he likes. I stand with the Iranian people, the ones who are yearning for freedom, justice, and a government that actually respects human dignity. The hypocrisy of Western leaders in this situation is glaring. They claim to champion human rights and democratic values, and yet they're willing to turn a blind eye to a dictator like Raisi. I call on you as well to support and stand with the Iranian people. They are not our enemy. Next up, we have Mahmoud Abbas, who is in the 19th year of his 4-year term as Palestinian president. Yes, you heard that right. 19th year of a 4-year term. So much for Palestinian democracy, right? This man recently claimed that Hitler wasn't an anti-Semite and that he killed Jews because of their money dealings.
إن هتلر قتل اليهود لأنهم يهود وأن أوروبا تكره اليهود لأنهم يهود. لا، شرحت بالضبط وقال إنه اليهود يعني حارب اليهود لأنهم كانوا يعملون على أساس.
This is not just historically wrong, it's absurd and deeply offensive. Let's be clear. Abbas is perpetrating a dangerous lie that fuels hatred and division. He is yet again another Holocaust denier who will be granted the floor at the UN. As someone who stands for truth and against anti-Semitism, I cannot allow such false statements to go unchallenged. Mahmoud Abbas, who claims to be a proponent of peace, would rather take a 10-hour flight to the UN General Assembly to deliver an empty speech about peace than to drive 30 minutes from Ramallah to Jerusalem for actual peace negotiations. The irony here is staggering. It begs the question, is this a genuine desire for peace? Or is it just lip service to the international community while continuing the incitement against Israelis and paying salaries to terrorists? How about exposing that at the UN? So when Abbas steps onto that UN stage and talks, remember that actions speak louder than words. If he was truly committed to peace, he wouldn't be wasting time in New York. He'd be sitting at the negotiating table in Jerusalem. It's high time we call out these inconsistencies and demand genuine actions over hollow speeches. Lastly, let's talk about UNESCO. They have voted to declare Tel al-Sultan, or in Hebrew Tel Yericho, in Jericho, as a Palestinian World Heritage Center. Jericho is one of the oldest continually inhabited cities on earth, with its first settlement estimated to be around 9500 BC. Here's the thing, the term Palestinian wasn't even in use back then. It didn't exist. In fact, during the British Mandate, both Jews and Arabs living in the area were called Palestinians. But history shows that we, the Jewish people, have had a connection to this land for thousands of years. And the Palestinian connection? Show me one piece of Palestinian history that is older than the age of television. This move by UNESCO is nothing but a cynical attempt to rewrite history and delegitimize Israel's rich cultural and historical heritage. It's a spit in the face to anyone who values truth and history. But unfortunately, we cannot expect anything from a body that has long lost its credibility, a body where truth and justice are not a requirement, but in fact a rare ingredient. The UN General Assembly provides a stage for leaders to speak, but we must be vigilant in holding them accountable and exposing the hypocrisy where it exists. So don't let this conversation end here. Hit that like button, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that the truth will be out there, strong and loud.